Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our Altered Carbon Resleeved movie review. I just finished watching the new anime movie on Netflix and I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts on it. I will be avoiding any major spoilers on it. But Altered Carbon Resleeved follows another adventure of Tosaki Kovacs, and this one takes place kind of in between events of the first season, meaning it happens before the timeline we follow in the first season of the TV show, but also takes place after some of the flashbacks we see in the first season of the TV show. So yes, for those of you who aren't familiar with the TV show, Altered Carbon follows the character of Tak, who is this kind of former soldier who turned kind of a rebel fighter who was part of this very elite form of this rebellion, and they have this ability. So he just has a lot of like soldier abilities, and the whole world of Altered Carbon involves this idea of people's consciousness are actually saved on a little hard drive called a stack, and you can take that stack and put it in different bodies. So people's consciousness is in a little hard drive, and then people's bodies, like the vehicle, you can slot it into different ones. So essentially people could live forever if you have enough money. So that's kind of the premise of the whole Altered Carbon kind of universe. And so we follow Tak through these different adventures in this show, and this anime movie takes place, like I said, takes place before the events of the first season, but after events of certain flashbacks in the first season. And so yeah, we see this is just pretty much another adventure of his. This felt like a longer, well, not like a long episode of the show, almost actually like a full season of a show kind of condensed down into just like a 1 hour movie. So like, yes, kind of a longer episode, but like a premise of a whole season. So he's on a mission. This time he's protecting a tattoo artist for the Yakuza, and he's just playing bodyguard throughout this while also kind of uncovering the mystery of, well, who's the ones that are trying to take out this tattoo artist and why is she so important, and then we kind of unravel that mystery as we go through the movie. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought it felt like it belonged in the Altered Carbon universe. If they had this just kind of set up even as just another episode of the show, it would have kind of worked in that same sense. It being an anime does kind of, make sense why they would release us separately as an anime movie, but I really enjoyed it. Felt it fit the universe. I felt they got Tak's character mostly correct. The great thing about this universe is you can switch up people's faces as much as you want, as often as you want, and nobody can say anything about it because that's just part that's inlaid in the universe. So the fact that this takes place in an anime, it was pretty easy to get on board with, it, especially since it's always had that kind of futuristic aesthetic, and the show, this anime, I should say, Altered Carbon Resleeved did a great job of making me feel like it took place in the Altered Carbon universe, this kind of what's it called, Blade Runner-esque kind of future, Blade Runner-inspired aesthetic, and so yeah, I thought this anime did a really great job. I really enjoyed the anime style. I'm not always the biggest. I'm a little bit picky when it comes to cartoon styles. There's certain ones I don't find as flattering. Like one of the examples I thought of was actually I've watched. I like the Star Wars Clone Wars animation and the Rebels animation, but I don't like Resistance animation. I haven't given it that much of a chance, but that's just kind of to give you a general idea. So I did enjoy the animation style for this film, and I thought they did a really good job. I thought it felt like it fit within the Altered Carbon universe and the kind of the aesthetic they built up in the live action TV show. So yeah, I just enjoyed it overall. I thought the action scenes were really well done in this. That's one cool thing about animation, is that you can take these action scenes that are be very expensive to do in live action to try and do in a show and just be able to just animate it. So I thought they did a really great job, particularly with some of the kind of bad guy henchmen in this one. They kind of got really creative with some of the things they were able to do with this, because it's the future. People are popping in different bodies. You can do all sorts of stuff. There's robots. There's holograms. So I thought it was just really fun overall. But yeah, like I said, it just felt like I think if you enjoyed the Altered Carbon TV show or had watched it at all and liked it enough, that I think this would appeal to you. Like I said, it does feel like a kind of short movie of like a short kind of TV movie for it, / kind of a long episode of where they kind of condense something that would I think that's the last two seasons they would have expanded into a full season, because they could have stretched this thing out, like they could have Netflixed it by stretching this out into a full season if they really wanted to, being that the idea of Tak being a bodyguard to a tattoo artist for the Yakuza. I could see how that's like the very basic premise, like I said, the one line kind of you give. So I could see how they would have used that for a season, but they felt that it would work better in this anime movie, and I thought that it was really fitting. If the whole season of this might have dragged a little bit, so I thought it was really fitting to have this very short, well, not very short, but short compared to most movies nowadays. So it was only like an hour and 15 minutes, so short, it's not that short actually for an animated movie. Now that I think of it, they tend to be on the shorter side just because animation takes a long time to draw and stuff. But yeah, so overall I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to anybody who enjoys the Altered Carbon TV show. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on Altered Carbon Resleeved. Be sure to let me know in the comments below if you'll be checking it out on Netflix. Thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.